In a world rocked by a pandemic, a once-in-a-century event, and in a country embattled with civil strife, you were the steady and the sure for our community and its children. Thank you for being the committed and caring teachers that you are, that you always have been, and that you remained throughout these last many months. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Amphi educators.
My teacher helped me read.
My teacher says I'm doing a great job. I know all my shapes and colors.
She helps me with a bunch of stuff. I like that because she lets me know when I'm doing something wrong.
So my teachers really taught me how to work hard, and they've always encouraged me to be a leader and how to be confident with, answering questions in class or asking questions when I need to. So over time, I really learned to be a leader because of my teachers, and they really encouraged me.
She explained something to us like 6 times 10, anything. She says anything times 10 is you just add a 0 to it.
My favorite teacher is Miss Frey, and she taught me how to do coding.
I'd like to thank Mr. Baker for always looking out for his students in their best interests. He doesn't care about what grade you get on the test. He cares that you know the information. He always gives you a retake if you ask him and if you tell him you studied. And more often than not, he's willing to help you out in any way he can to raise your grade, should you ask.
What I remember was always talking about, on my report card it always says, is a distraction to ourselves and others. That was one thing. And the other thing, I used to like to roll my eyes like that at teachers when I didn't like it. So that's what I always remember, teachers telling my parents, whatever. So look where it got me. We love you all.
My teacher is Mrs. Ayers, and she has taught us how to do projects and help us find information of how to research on the projects that we are doing.
She is actually a pretty good teacher.
Today she gives us stuff, so if you get 5 coupons, we can pick out the treasure chest. If you get 10 coupons, we can pick out a big prize.
Well, I had Mr. Holiday. When I went through something in my life that was really upsetting, he was there for me. He's a really nice teacher. He's a great teacher. I love the way he teaches his art.
This year, Mr. Wolf has been an amazing teacher, and I've always been very interested and just found history being my favorite subject every single year. And I just found the way he teaches makes it so much more interesting and make me want to go back in this class and ask more questions. And that's why I feel that we should really appreciate those teachers who put in that extra effort.
Miss Yak has taught me how to read and do all these fun stuff in the classroom and learn about bees, titan beetles, bugs, bingo, and how to be a good role model. Helps me when I get answers wrong on my math.
I had a coach at Amphi High School named Raul Nido, and he was one of the most important educators in my life. He taught me that if I set my mind to something, I could accomplish it.
Miss Clevenger taught me how to help the earth, so the earth can stay healthy for others.
Mr. Holla is wanna say it is good because you practice your drive, and maybe you can say it's your first time doing that drive.
This year, I've learned to really appreciate Miss McGowan because she tells her students how important it is to put their mental health before anything else, and she just encourages us to make sure that we're okay.
She's really funny, and she every time we go to recess, she plays with us and she tells us what to do, and she inspires me.
One of my favorite teachers is Miss Guyman because the way that I've never really liked social studies, but the way that she teaches social studies, she always finds a way to make it fun and make it interesting. So every day when I come back to learn, I'm always interested in the new thing that we're going to learn.
Ms. Dominguez teach me how to speak English. She lets us raise our hands, and she helps us a lot.
Things I've learned throughout my years of being at school is that
Don't put pressure on yourself. Be cautious of what's around you. Have fun, but also know that the little things can change people's lives and your reputation does perceive you. But you should always have fun in school.
I was a sophomore in high school when I was taking speech communications. That was a required course for all sophomores in our Illinois school district. And my teacher was Ron Pierce. And Ron Pierce used to write on your papers and your score sheets from your speeches and debates a little word of praise, and it was RAH, R-A-H, with exclamation points. And I always remembered that. And in fact, when I graduated from high school, I remember we did the senior will thing, and I willed him all of my RAHs because he made that much of a difference in my life. He was the one who told me that I needed to go into law and use my talents there. So Mr. Pierce, don't know that you'll ever see this, but I want you to know I think about you very, very often, and thank you.